Hi, good morning. So in today's class, we're going to learn about the last important elucidation techniques called workshops, document analysis, SWOT analysis, and prototyping. So let's learn about what is workshops. So workshops are nothing but they are also like similar to brainstorming and focus groups, but here it's like conducted in a different way. Okay, so difference is, let me tell you first of all, like how to conduct a workshop, proper professional workshop. So you need to identify who are your participants, and you need to have a thorough knowledge on like what are their strengths and where they come from, which team they are, and you need to have at least some knowledge about who they are, right? Don't invite them without knowing them. So you need to know the participants. That's first thing. And then once they come for the workshop, you have to tell what is the purpose of attending this workshop, and you have to give a clear cut idea of the purpose. Okay, it's not like brainstorming. You're not asked to generate goals or new ideas or anything, right? So this is like when you have specific set of questions to them, and you want a little bit of more fun, not like focus group. Focus group is like you're going to throw them very serious one-on-one questions, and then like you're going to expect the answers. But in workshops, it is like a mix of brainstorming and focus group. I would say here you can have games, you can have workshops for the whole day actually. So there is no like time constraint for workshops and all. So for focus groups and brainstorming, you have like limited like 1 or 2 hours, but for workshops you don't have anything like specific time period. It can be like one full day, 8 hours, or you can have like 1 or 2 days also. So you have to like define the purpose with the stakeholders. You have to make sure that everybody is engaged, and you have to make it a little bit fun. Okay, so and you're going to set a clear goal. Why are we doing this workshop? After the workshop, um, what is the expectation, what kind of feedback you want. So plan for more than just a day. So that's the big difference between brainstorming and focus group and workshops. Usually workshops are like I told you, a couple of days, and you want to give them some kind of like games, exercises, and also make it like little bit fun, so that you get like different ideas from them. Okay, so you're going to have very nice room environment. You're going to get them, like example, you're going to if you're like for example there are more than 20 people, you make sure that they have lunches like arranged, and then they have coffee, so they're all relaxed, and then the seating is very good, and you make sure that they actively participate, right? So it's not like they're going to come and sit and watch your stuff like for the whole day. So they have to like actively participate. So you have to like prepare for the unexpected. So this is something like they can ask you something like very random stuff, and then something that you're not even related to the topic that you're talking, but you need to like handle them very well, and then make sure that they are coming to your track, right? And suddenly they will start speaking about maybe movies, something like very totally unrelated topics and all that. So you have to make sure that they stay track on the topic, but it is also very like fun as well. So you have to make sure that, so for that you have to like list down what are the exercises that you're going to give them, and like games also needs to be like towards the topic only. So you need to understand that, not something like damshara, not like that, right? Something like which is like what towards your requirement gathering, that specific topic only. You have to make sure that all your games or your exercise are planned. And if they ask you something like totally irrelevant, you need to like make sure that don't offend them. Just say that like this is what we're going to do, and it's better we stay with that topic. And they should not be offended to you. You should tell in such a way. And during the workshop, you have to make sure that everybody is engaged, and you are going to tell the ground rules. So I mean, it's not that only one person, and there will always be one person who's constantly talking, who will not allow other people to talk. They're very like attention seeking, and they'll constantly answer and everything. The other person is like, okay, whatever, she's doing my stuff, I'll just simply sit and listen, right? So what are the ground rules? ground rules is like everybody is going to get a chance, everybody needs to participate, everybody has to engage in whatever exercises or the games whatever you're providing, and you need feedback from every single person in that room. Okay, that's the ground rules. And you're going to share the agenda and set expectations. You're going to break the ice with something very silly. You're going to set a lighter mode, and then you're going to tell them how this entire day will go. And very very important is you're facilitating and you don't control. Okay, it's not that okay, don't talk with others, just talk to me, so you're not going to control, right? So you need to find a balance between making sure that you're not deviated from the topic as well as you don't control. That's very very important. And you have to encourage all this like PDFs and some pictures or some kind of documentation, videos, audiovisual evidences. All this needs, you have to prepare all the slides and then show it to them for them to be completely engaged. Remember, this is a very big amount of time, right? 8 hours. Then you have like 2 days workshops. So for the whole day, you have to keep them engaged. So you make sure you have enough documentation from your side. And if they feel bored, if you feel that they are not interested, then you have to make something interesting from your perspective. And after you have done your workshop, you're going to make sure that you get feedback from them. So this is very crucial, asking feedback about whether the whole workshop was entertaining, whether it was
One
useful.
past all the Tuesdays.
What, Chaitanya?
What? Sorry, carry
So ask for feedback, right? So it's very crucial for you to understand that you need to make sure you ask for feedback after the workshops. So if the interview, if they ask you like, have you worked on workshops? It's not like as a BA, you're not going to do this every single requirement gathering. This is when you have a very massive project and you have a very large group. You have to get ideas from everybody. For example, you have a government project, something it can run for 2 or 3 years. So you want to invite all the stakeholders, have workshops for 1 or 2 days, get all their ideas, wrap up the session, right? So that's how you are going to start. So this is not something you'll do every day. Whereas focus groups, interviewing, all that you will almost do every single sprint. But workshop is not something you will come across for every single sprint, right? So if in the interview, if they ask you, do you know workshops? You can say, I know how to conduct workshops, difference between other techniques and workshops, and how do you prepare for conducting workshops? You can say that. And you can just tell from an interview, in the interview perspective, you can say, I know how to conduct the workshops. So the next one is document analysis. This technique you'll be doing almost for every project, almost every single day. You'll be analyzing all the documents. So for example, you're getting into a new project and nobody is training you, and you want to start gathering requirements for that project. The first thing you will ask them is like, do you have some kind of existing documents? Do you have an existing BRD? Do you have something like existing SRS document, FRD? Do you have any data flow diagrams? Do you have any kind of manual like guide and everything? Do you have it? So this is the first thing you're going to ask, because when usually if it is a very good company, the client is there for more than 10 years, there should be a proper documentation available for that particular team, right? So they will have some kind of documentation. If they don't have documentation, it means that they are not following a standard process. So you have to understand, if they say that this project is there for 10 years, only the senior BA knows about it. Now she left the company. We don't have documentation. If they're telling you that, means they are not following the standard process as a BA, right? So you need to make sure that you document every single thing. You're going to document every day requiring gathering session, follow-up meeting, minutes of the meeting, everything you're going to document, right? User stories, diagrams that you draw, everything you have to document, so that it's useful for the whole team as well as for the people who are coming after you. So when it comes to document analysis, what is the process? You're going to review or evaluate the documents. Okay, it can be any kind of documents. You're going to get all the documents and you're going to review them. So the approach we follow is called as a read approach. So what is a read approach? So steps is like, number one, you have all the materials. And then once you have all the materials, you're going to like now extract the data. Okay, so what kind of data you want? um, so data can be extracted in number of ways. The method you select for doing will depend upon the question and nature of the documents. Okay, for example, there is a data flow diagram, and from that data flow diagram, what is the data that you're going to extract? Current process, this is the data flow. So technically you will understand where the data is starting, how the data is coming to different systems, and then how it is ending into our system. From our system, whether we are sending it to some external third party system. So that data flow, right? You will understand the nature, where the data is starting, where it is reaching, what are the different scenarios, and how this will be helpful for the new product that we are developing, right? So that kind of specific data extraction you're going to do. And if you have any questions regarding all these materials, you're going to take a help of your team's architect and your developers, because not every document you will be able to understand, right? Something if it's very technical, you will not be able to understand it. So don't feel bad about, oh, I don't even understand what is this diagram, it's like totally confusing, or this is Greek and Latin to me, this SRS document is very technical, I don't understand what is API, I don't understand what is API testing, what is SOAP, what is REST. You guys are confused now about all these different types of testing tools that they are going to use, how the developer is connecting one system to another system. So you don't know that, right? So when you have any questions, technical questions, please take help of your developer and architect in your team. And when you choose the developer, you need to be very smart enough, like whom you can ask the questions, right? Don't go and ask someone who is having a very like this hyper attitude, or someone who has always having mood swings and irritability mode, right? Some people will be like that. Whatever you ask them, they'll they'll get um, they'll get frustrated, they'll have mood swings. So what you have to understand, if there are like 4 developers, which one is very friendly, which one will not hesitate to answer my question, because you are new to the team. You have to always understand that you're very much new to the team. And if you go ask something, sometimes they will help you, 1 or 2 times they will help you. If you're constantly nagging them, they may not help you, and then they'll be like, okay, this person don't know anything, this person doesn't have any real time experience, and they may actually escalate also. And especially if they are full-time employees, they will have a very good rapport with your reporting manager, right? So you have to understand what kind of relationship they have with your manager, how can their feedback about you can impact your career and everything. So do not go and nag them, constantly ping them, and do not irritate them, right? So when you have any question about these documents, you write a list of questions, and then you identify which one is the better person, which one will have a good rapport with me, which one is actually very helpful. By observing, you can do not do it on day one. Just observe for 10 days and you will identify everybody's behavior, how they're doing. One is like not even interested, doesn't want to even to be a software engineer, passion is something else, but is actually becoming a developer because of money. So you cannot go and ask him, he's not going to help you. The next one is like somewhat friendly and he can help you. Please find out people's behaviors, who can help you, and then go and ask questions. And I have told multiple times, sometimes candidates like who are freshers, they don't know how to ask questions or how to ask help to your peers. They ask very silly questions that as a BA you should know about what is data flow, what is balsamic, what is wireframes, what is prototyping. You need to know. You cannot go and ask them like, what is wireframe, what is API, can you tell me? Then they'll be like, okay, now I have to train her from scratch, nobody's paying me for that, right? Why should I train you? And don't expect your colleague to train you, because that's not their job. And you expect all that you can expect from your colleague or your senior BS is like the existing whatever they have, they will share the materials. That's the maximum that you can expect them. Don't expect them that they have to help you, or don't expect them that they need to guide you. Don't expect them they are he or she is your coach and they have zero, I mean, dependency from you guys. They're not going to get anything from you guys. You are the one actually learning. They have nothing to do with you, right? What is the point of teaching you guys? If they have already have so much work to do, they have something, they have their career goals, they have annual goals, production incidents is going on. There are so much things happening in the team. And again, there is a newbie now coming here and asking for training. So from that perspective, you have to understand that Okay, I have some technical documents, but I don't understand even a single word in the document. Some SRS document they are asking me to do, I don't know what to do now. Be very carefully observe people's behavior, and you have to ask someone who's like really friendly. One or two will be there, will be really friendly. That also you need to know when to ask and how to ask. You cannot ask them in the morning 9 a.m. Don't, whenever immediately they log in, don't go and ask them any questions. Don't go and ask for help, and do not ask them when they are going to log off after 4 p.m. Don't go and ask, I have a question, can you clear my doubts? So wait for the perfect time, or you professionally schedule a call with them, and then you have to like ask the questions. And the questions that you're asking also, make sure it's you do enough research on internet. You're not getting answers in the internet, so you're like, okay, I don't know what to do about this. And then don't say I don't have experience, I have never worked as a BA, and this is the first time I'm seeing the SRS document, this is the first time I know I'm reading about API. You should not say all these words to your colleague. You should be like, I got the documents, I just want to get a high level view about this from you. Since you are a BA, senior BA, I just want to know, can you please explain the data flow? That's very, very specific professional questions you're going to ask to them, so that they'll be like, unless you admit to them that you have no experience, they're not going to do any kind of background check with you. They have no clue whether you have experience or not. They don't know. And you'll voluntarily, you'll go and admit that I don't have experience, I'm a newbie, I have career goals, I want to become a BA in 3 4 years. So I have seen it this in real. Okay, people will not keep quiet, and from day one they will start telling their whole background history, when where they were born, when did they finish their schooling, their college, where, what is their visa status, how did they clear this interview, who trained them, everything on the very first day to a senior B. And what will happen is, this person will be like, okay, she has now zero knowledge, and I don't want to train this person, and she will not help you also. In 30 days they will totally target, and they will like make sure this person is fired, right? That's how they will do. And you're not aware of all this IT politics, what is happening and all. So you have to, from your perspective, you take any document, you are not able to analyze the data, you have to write down all the questions. Okay, so whatever the questions that you have, schedule a call with a senior BA, and that also you need to, as I told you earlier, you have to analyze their behaviors, their patterns, and how they are helping other people, and choose the right person, ask them questions. And then if you have any other questions, you can ask follow-up questions. Give them a couple of days. Do not send them, do not constantly ping them, do not follow up the same day. Give them a couple of days, and then only you're going to schedule the other call. So you need to be careful about when you're doing document analysis. If you're able to understand everything, that's fine, but if you don't understand the documents, you have to deal in a certain way. That's very crucial. The next one is SWOT analysis. So SWOT analysis is strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. So we all know this definition: strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. But in real time, they're going to ask you about scenarios. So if you explain a project, they're going to be like, can you tell me how did you conduct SWOT analysis? For example, let's take that ADP project that we worked on. So if an AI tool is coming for your existing product, for existing company, some kind of AI enhancement is happening, what is a strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat if an AI product is being introduced? Strength is, like all this AI feature will have good scope. People are attracted to that word AI, and they'll, if you write anything AI, artificial intelligence, people will be like, that is enhancement product that is smarter than the existing one. They're going to fall for that, right? Even though they don't know how to use AI products, but if you tell something AI, people will like it. So that's the strength of it. Weakness is like, when you integrate something with AI, you have to like, when there's a new functionality, maybe you don't have engineers who have enough knowledge about it. You don't have testing team who will like don't know how to test about that product. And when during development, during testing phase, maybe you also don't know about what is this in all this AI technology, right? You don't know, this is all upcoming. So that's the weakness. When you develop a product with all this new AI functionalities, this resource constraints, knowledge constraints, and then how to, you don't know how to perform end-to-end testing. Business owners also don't know how to like test an AI product. Let's say about ChatGPT. So the person who have created, the team who have created ChatGPT, they would have tested, like from their view, they would have tested multiple things. But there is also some kind of scenarios that they might have not tested. So weakness is like when I'm asking you for something, if I give a very generic prompt, it's not going to give me some exact answers, right? Whatever my expectation. And people don't know how to give prompts also. So we need to train the end users on how to give prompts. That's a weakness. So opportunities, yes, compared to other products, AI products have a lot of opportunities. You can integrate with multiple systems. It's making people lives easier. So that is an opportunity. And threat is like when AI things come, right, existing manual process will diminish. And for something like currently now, for example, customer care, there are 100 people are there. Once all this product comes, 50 of them will they get fired, because they are being replaced by all these AI products. And that's the whole purpose of doing AI products also. So we want to reduce that manual intervention. We want to automate things in certain way. It's easier, and so that the system can do some of the automation, and the remaining can be done by a human being. So that is a threat to the whole customer care people or anybody who's like working on currently manually, right? That's a threat to them, but that's always been there. Anything that new is coming means current manual process will be affected. Some of them will be fired. That's an ongoing thing. But from a software development perspective, AI is a good thing because it has a very great future for the next 30-40 years. And then you're going to have so many like AI business analysts, you're going to have AI developers, you're going to have AI testers. So there's a huge market now for AI certifications, and then like people are going to learn about it, right? So slowly we will like shut down all the manual processes, or what are the some of the other products that we use currently. Example, let's say we have some kind of testing manually, we are testing something. In future we can test that with an AI product. So currently you are gathering requirements by yourself. In future you can have some AI product. For example, I have also told you about how to write a BRD using an AI tool. So it's not that you're going to like do it from scratch. If you give a prompt, the automatically a BRD is going to come. How to draw diagrams with AI tools, and how to like create an SRS document using an AI tools. So it's not that the document that you created from scratch before 10 years before now can be given by an AI product. So it makes your life easier. It's not that you'll be thrown away from the project. People say that, oh, BA after 10 years, BA will not exist. But what I'm saying is the product currently, whatever products that we have, will have additional features. That is a given. Any product you take now, after 10 years, some kind of AI enhancement will happen. You take any product, that will happen, from smartphone to TV to fridge to washing machine to dishwasher, to any product you take, AI will come in, will be integrated in any product that we are currently using. That's a given. There is no doubt about it. But in software development lifecycle too, you will have AI products coming in for developing a BRD, for developing a SRS document, for drawing diagrams, for creating wireframes and prototypes, for all these kind of the things that BA is doing now. There will be some kind of AI tool that will help you. For now you're doing Excel by your own, or you're writing a document by yourself. In future, when you give a prompt to some kind of product, it's going to automatically give you a maybe whatever documentation you want. That will happen. That's a given, no doubt about it. But there will always be a human touch. You cannot 100% rely on all these machines, right? It will take some time. It is going to take maybe 5 years, 10 years. We don't know how long it's going to take. It will take some time, but you cannot rely 100% on any kind of all these AI tools, because it's just now, it's beginning. It's not end of the era, it's the starting of the era, right? So after maybe 10 or 20 years, we will know we have developed a very good product. We no longer maybe needing manual intervention and all. Right now, every product that is developed using all this AI technology, people don't know completely about it. And if you are a BA, you think like you want to enhance your resume, you can always add those kind of certifications in your resume. So for example, anything to AI, you can maybe do a certification and add it in your resume, and your resume will be like, okay, she learned about something latest, right? So that's a good thing. So when it comes to SWOT analysis, for any software that you're going to develop, you're going to like analyze what is the strength of the product that you're developing, what is the weakness, what is the opportunity, what is the threat, and how we can fix it. So that is SWOT analysis. Then the next one is called prototyping. Okay, so what is prototyping? Prototyping is nothing but this is the tool for creating wireframes and prototyping. So let me tell you the difference between wireframes and prototyping. Wireframes, in the sense, for example, I am developing a mobile application. Okay, so when I'm developing a mobile application, it's a brand new application. My developer don't know how that application will look like. So as a BA, what you will do, you will draw, for example, this is the real-time mobile application. Okay, but he will not know, right? He is going to ask you, give me the layout. So what you will do is you will gather requirements and you will draw a wireframe using this balsamic. So one is one of the very important tools for creating wireframe diagrams. So once you draw this diagram and if you give it to the developer, he's going to see that mimic the same functionalities, and then he's going to actually create the product for you. So if they ask you, do you know about wireframes? Have you created anything related to wireframes? What are the tools that you have used? You can say balsamic, it's like free for 30 days. Okay. So with just your Gmail account, you should be able to get this free for 30 days and you can try. And initially it will be very hard for you, but you have to understand that uh, if you see this particular application looks something like Uber, some food ordering app, and before this product was developed, this should have been the wireframe. So at the top, you're going to have the restaurants, and then you're going to have filters, where there is what are the different kind of cuisines, and then what is the restaurant that is nearby, and what is the review for that restaurant, and then how long it's going to take. If I order now, how long it's going to take, so whether it's sponsored or not. So this is like a food ordering app, right? So you as a BA, you are gathering requirements for this application and you are drawing a diagram, and you are confirming with the stakeholders that is this okay, this is how visually it will look, is this fine. Once they provide sign off, only then you're going to give this to the developer, and then he's going to develop, and this is how the end product will look, something like this. Okay, so let's take an example of, so page navigation. So any kind of mobile products from this page to this page, if I click on this one, this the next page, it will be going to the next page. And let's talk about reports. Okay, so there is a track. If when they search reports, I'm going to get this one, this page. From here, if I want a different report, when I click on that, when I click on report summary, there is a different page coming. And then when I click on alerts, then something different is coming. So this is how page navigation you will do, because you have to understand how in real time the product doesn't exist. So you have to think from your with all your creative skills, you need to gather requirements and you're going to think, and then you're going to draw this wireframe diagrams. Any doubts on wireframes? It's very important, they're going to ask in the interview. Have anybody created wireframes earlier using balsamic? Anybody has experience on creating wireframe diagrams?
No.
Okay, yeah, you can try. um, they have some existing templates too. You can use those templates, for example. So yeah, this is for website, right? So homepage, then products. Yeah, so for website, this is how it will be. And then for the same product for in mobile version, how, so let me play it again. You can see they're telling about if in website how it will look, and mobile version how this page is going to look. Okay, so you can actually tell the business owners, okay, we are going to develop two versions. One is a web application version and one is mobile version. So this is how it will look in web application, as a web application and as a mobile application, right? So if you want to add these kind of tools in your resume, please make sure that you practice at least one or two diagrams and then add it in your resume. But in the interview they will ask you, if you add this in the resume, they're going to ask you like, can you tell me how to draw wireframes? And usually this will take very long time. Don't think it's very easy. It will take hours for you to complete one project, at least 2 to 3 hours for you to like complete all the design, and then to have like completely one final document drawing for the whole project, right? It will take at least 2 to 3 hours for you, but practice it so that you can add it in your resume. And then the last one is prototyping. So difference between wireframes and prototyping. Wireframe is nothing but it's just a picture of how that application will look like. So for example, um, so why in wireframes, we are going to show it as like picture level, right? From here, if you click, it will go here. From here, if I click, it will go here. That is wireframes. Whereas prototypes is actually a miniature of that product. So in prototype, you will actually create not the real application, but a miniature of end-to-end function as like a video, or maybe how you're not telling the user like by pictures. You're actually showing a demo of that product that you're going to develop. So that is prototyping. So bringing designs to life. So if it's just only a pictorial representation or maybe screenshot representation or just diagrams, then it is wireframes. Okay. But prototype means it's actually a miniature product of that whatever software you're going to develop. So detail level, right? Wireframes is about simplicity and structure, where prototypes about its detail, showing of the design and interactivity. So wireframes will ensure everyone agrees to the basic layout and functions, but prototypes is about fine-tuning the experience, making sure it's not only functional but fabulous. So if you don't know how to, I mean, you can start with wireframes. I don't want you to start with prototypes. It can be really difficult for you to do prototypes at the beginning, but start with wireframes. Okay, once you are able to draw the wireframe diagrams, then slowly you can practice prototyping, and then you will understand, you yourself will understand the difference between wireframes and prototypes. So if you see here, wireframes are nothing but visual detail, whereas prototypes are nothing but dimension of interaction to the forefront. So that's the difference between wireframes and prototypes. For both these, you can use Balsamiq. So Balsamiq is the tool, or you can use Miro, you can use Balsamiq. These are some of the tools. Okay, Miro is a product, and I don't think so Miro is free, it's paid. So you can go for Balsamiq. Balsamiq is free for 30 days. Okay, this one is free for 30 days. You can just start by assigning, by using a Gmail, and then you should be able to practice. Okay, so any doubts on all these four techniques? I'm going to start how to write BRD. So I just want to confirm with you on document analysis, SWOT analysis, workshops, and prototyping.
Yeah, Pradeepa, for SWOT analysis, do we have any tools or any kind of thing to
SWOT
perform SWOT? Yeah.
Um, how to do SWOT analysis? So usually, like, see, we don't have any tools, but you have to make sure that you have all these questions. Okay, so what is SWOT analysis? You're going to ask like four different types of questions: strength questions, weakness, opportunity, and threats. So you need to write down what are the strength questions. Okay,
Mm.
what is the customer's love? What does your company do better than other companies? What is this positive brand attitudes? And then these are the strength for that product. So what are the weaknesses? What does your customer dislike about your product? What are the negative problems or complaints is coming regarding the software? And then when do actually customers cancel the subscription or whatever? Like what is the biggest obstacle or challenge? and what are your competitors doing that you don't have. So these are some of the weakness questions. So there is no actual tool. You have to like write questions in such a way.
Okay. In the interview, they are asking like, how you perform like SWOT analysis or gap analysis? Do you use any tools or in that way? So that's what I want to make clear on those. Like in real scenario, like we need to make questionnaire kind of thing, and we will do analysis, right?
Correct. So it mostly depends upon like what type of questions that you're writing down. Very specific questions, not generic ones, right?
No.
So when you're writing something in your resume, that product related questions they're ask. See what they're asking, Aravind, is like you to, if you've done it, really tell me the questions. What question you ask them.
Okay.
So whatever you're adding it in your resume, whatever product it is, regarding that, have like maybe 4 questions for strength, 4 questions for weakness, 4 questions for opportunities, and 4 questions for threats, and explain that to them.
Okay.
Like that only you can explain.
Okay.
Don't say these generic answers. Okay. So this everybody will know, but from your whatever, if you added some project in your resume, accordingly you need to frame the questions and tell to them.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, and then I think I see a chat. So Monisha, you have asked for how long it will take to perform a SWOT analysis. Usually it is 1 or 2 hours. Who will be there? All our stakeholders, primary stakeholders will be there, Monisha.
Yeah, okay. So, like, how many times we do SWOT analysis? Is it like only one time, or how does it exactly work?
I mean, if you have any follow-up questions for this, you can schedule another call. Mostly it will be 1 or 2 times. That's all.
Okay. Okay, fine.
So initially you're throwing them some questions, but you have
Mm-hmm.
some follow-up questions, you can maybe schedule another call and then ask.
Okay, so post SWOT analysis, we have to send the in the rectangle boxes. We will be sending the documents to the stakeholders, right? We'll be sharing.
Correct. You
Yeah.
summarize and then you send
Yeah.
this one.
Okay.
This format. Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Then once they agree, you get the sign off. That's all.
Okay.
Okay, and then
And Pradeepa, like while we are doing this brainstorming and focus group and workshop, so as a business analyst, before only like we need to do planning and have to before conducting meetings and all, before 2 to 3 days before in hand, like we need to do planning, right? Based on the only like we can have a successful kind of meeting as a
yeah,
BA.
so what will happen if you don't plan?
Yeah, that's what
What will happen? You're
unexpected.
going to have like 10 people, they're all leadership, and then you don't know anything, and then you're just joining and saying, okay, hi guys, did you guys have coffee? What to talk about it? So we
It
are not
won't be
going,
easy.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to understand, like you're calling 10 primary stakeholders. Do you think they are all like they are like from senior leadership team? Okay, they are business change directors, they are business change managers, from director level, staff VP level, manager level, from different teams you're calling them. I won't even dare to schedule a call without completely prepared.
Yeah.
Right, because you don't want to get embarrassed and they may escalate, and you don't want to get escalated, right? So you have to be thoroughly prepared and you have to impress them. That's how you create a rapport. How do you create a rapport with other teams? You have to impress them, the way you conduct all these sessions, the way you send feedback, the way you behave with them, and how you extract that requirement from their mouth. That's how you should be very well prepared, right? If you don't know anything, you're just scheduling the call and it's a whole chaotic thing in the conference room or in the meeting. 10 people are there. You don't know, you don't have a structured way of asking questions. So yeah, especially if you're a new BA, you have to be thoroughly prepared. But if you have some kind of experience and you know what to ask them, you know how to manage them, then it's going to be very easy for you to, even without even preparation, if you're going to go, you should be able to handle them, right? But if you're very new to the team, you don't know, you yourself don't know about that existing like project or team, and you have to be thoroughly prepared before you schedule the call.
Okay, Pradeep.
Okay. So I think we are good for today. So we covered all the elucidation techniques. And then the only thing from tomorrow, we will be learning about how to write a BRD, FRD, and SRS document. So documentation class from tomorrow. Okay. Any doubts on all the illustration techniques? Any doubts how to perform them, or as a BA, like how to schedule all these illustration techniques, calls, and then how to handle all these calls? Okay, I think we are good. So tomorrow we will start with documentation class, and then once we finish the documentation class, I think I will cover a little bit about agile and how to create user stories. I think we'll have some time for that.
Pradeepa, can you take any one of the project, and based on that, just give overview based on that, like in the agile kind of thing?
In agile, right? You want to
Yeah.
we will discuss about some.
Because these days in interviews, no one is asking about this BRD, SRS and all. They are directly going into the project, and once we will get on to the project now, from that they are digging what
How good.
actually the live scenario kind of thing. These gone, this all BRD, FRD and all. Because they are focusing now on
More
because
agile.
they will come to know, they will come to know whether we are real-time experience BA or not, based on the project questions.
Correct. I think you're searching for a long time, right? What's happening with you? Like how many interviews you have attended?
Yeah, I've been attended. I got some of the offers, but in the BGV, I've been because of PF overlapping kind of thing.
They
So
figured out that you didn't have real experience?
No. In the BGV, in the documentation.
Okay. So what happened then? So you were unable to join the company, or?
What happened in the sense I've been gone through L1, L2 round for the two companies. Before the before HR round only, they asked me to submit the documents and all, and they asked me to share the PF UN history in the teams. So in that, one of the company which I've been placed is through the consultancy. So they came to know it is not the genuine one.
Genuine
And the
one.
that's
Yeah. That's what I tell. One thing is you clear the interview. One thing is you be very careful about background checks, and it differs from country to country and company to company too. Some
that's
companies, they don't even care about all this. All they want is just clear by using a phone call with some reference, and they'll take you in. But some companies, they want all this, right? Documentation. So it's difficult.
The two companies which have been gone through L1, L2, before HR discussion only, they asked me for the documentation, and that too also the share in on screen that's happening.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, don't worry. Okay, you'll get something, and then I hope.
At some of the interviews I've been attending, I've been done with L1, and it's been keeping on hold because I've been attended in the last week 3 interviews. They have not even giving the feedback, and they've been said the still the position is open only, but they are not giving any feedback or in that way.
Right.
So
Okay.
maybe the companies are taking for what I meant to say, just to have
Fun.
fun kind of because that's not a real kind of inter or not. I'm not
Correct.
aware.
Yeah. Those things also will happen in the US. Also, it will happen. It will look very genuine, but it's not genuine. There is actually no position. So you have to be very careful.
Yeah. Fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.